Hello my Bandicoot and welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be discussing a possible crossover coming to us in the newest Crash Bandicoot game, Crash Team Rumble. If this is your first time coming to the channel, I release Crash Bandicoot content every weekend. I discuss lore, theories, news, reviews, tier lists, interviews, pretty much anything and everything Crash Bandicoot related I will cover here. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, maybe consider subscribing. With that all said, let's jump back into the topic at hand and the possible crossover with KAO the Kangaroo and Crash Bandicoot. If you are unfamiliar with KAO the Kangaroo, that's quite alright. The series came out in 2000 and it was a Polish company named Tate Interactive. At the time of release it was interactive, but now it's multimedia. So there was 3 games in the series and a spin-off, KAO the Kangaroo 1, 2, and 3, and KAO Challengers for the PSP. And it's just a platformer series. The third game, from what I can recall, wasn't even like a complete build, or if it was, it required a lot of work to just get into it. I watched Nitro Rad play KAO 3, and then as of 2022 they rebooted the series and gave him a whole new look. I haven't played the new game, nor have I watched any walkthroughs on it, so I'm not familiar with the story, but I saw a lot of people online comparing it to Crash Bandicoot 4, saying the visuals and the controls were very Crash 4-like. The difficulty wasn't the same, but they said that it really gave them vibes of Crash 4. So it's a game by a different company, has no relation to Crash other than their marsupials, and that was it. There was nothing connecting them until just recently. This is where the potential crossover is starting. Let me elaborate. So on March 29th of 2023, KAO the Kangaroo's Twitter page said, "Still waiting for that invite to Crash Team Rumble." So it's blatantly obvious that this is just them trying to stay relevant. To me anyway, that's how I see it. I feel as if they want to stay relevant and they're reaching out just to have some buzz on the internet. So then Canadian Guy A forwarded this to the Crash Bandicoot Twitter, and he said, "Hey, at Crash Bandicoot, think another marsupial can join the fray." Why KAO Twitter account didn't at Crash Bandicoot originally is beyond me. So Canadian Guy A did that. He forwarded it to Crash Bandicoot, and this was their response. "Please have them submit their resume to be considered for this role. Winky face." So I'm pretty sure they're just messing around. They don't actually want KAO the Kangaroo to be in their game. Otherwise, they would have just been like, yeah, sure, he's going to be here. But they just continue the ruse and they say, have him submit a resume. So you'd think it would be all over right there. That all happened on March 29th. But then the following day, the Twitter account from KAO the Kangaroo had this to reply with: "Hello, please consider our KAO ume." Like a resume and KO. Why they decided to do that is beyond me. So I'm going to get a bigger version of this image and I'm going to show you their resume. So it says KAO Riculum Vitae, and it says name, KAO, age, young at heart, experience, being Poland's best kangaroo game, punching stuff, collecting stuff, has 7 connections on LinkedIn, achievements, neck stretched really high, beat a grunt octopus in a fight, won the Vogue Poland, once went to space. Education, Wampa State. Personal statements, I am strong and focused and have 4 different costumes. Think of the unlocks. Plus, I know Ripperoo well. We met at Creed FanFest 2001. So this should not be taken as canon because it is not from the official Crash Bandicoot Twitter. It is from the KO Twitter. But in the KO's canon, they know Ripperoo, and they went to Wumpa State for education. So at this point, the KO Twitter is going in hard, trying to get recognized and get into this game. But it doesn't seem like the Crash Twitter really cares about it that much. They said that one little tweet, but then everything from this point on, it's just the KO Twitter account responding without the Crash Bandicoot Twitter account replying back to them. So then on the 30th, Danny from the Italian Crash Bandicoot fan zone webpage released this image of KO the Kangaroo with the Crash Team Rumble background. And KO the Kangaroo's Twitter account shared it and said, "Make the dream real. KO ready for Rumble." So they're still going hard. They want to be in Crash Team Rumble. Then it appears nothing was said about the Crash series, Crash Team Rumble, or anything for about 10 days, 11 days. And then on April 11th, they tweeted this: KO for Crash Rumble. I don't know who that character is because I have not played the remake, or the reboot rather. So I don't know if he often carries signs or something, or there's some inside joke, or if they just decided to pick this character because they could easily put a flag in his hand. But yeah, so this is what the KO Twitter posted next. And there are two more tweets. As recording of this video, there may be more tweets in the future, but I have two more tweets to share. Crash showed up at Creator Clash, and he apparently chokeslammed Churdley. I don't know who that is, but the KO account found that out, and they said, "Coward, forget these chumps and take on a real fighter. We've been gloved up and ready since 2000, which was the year that the first KO game came out. Duck me in Rumble, duck me in the ring. Crash Bandicoot, more like Crash Duck About." So now KO is saying Crash is a coward because he's afraid to fight KO. And we're moving on to the last tweet as of recording this video. So the Crash Twitter said, "Don't miss your chance to get in on Rumble pre-order. Hashtag Crash Team Rumble now and get access to the closed beta April 20th through 24th. And the KO account said, "We don't want the invite to the beta. We want the invite to the Rumble. Time to put your Wumpa fruit where your mouth is and face the ultimate furry challenger." And again, like I said, the Crash Bandicoot Twitter only responded to them one time, and it wasn't directly to them, it was to Canadian Guy A. So, that's where we stand right now. They are owned by different companies. The Crash team doesn't really seem that interested in it. Otherwise, I think there'd be more of a back and forth going on. I originally thought it might have been planned, and they were doing this whole thing as like a build-up to it. But since it's one-sided, I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think in all likelihood, it's just the KO team trying to stay relevant. I mean, Crash isn't as relevant as, say, Mario or Sonic, but the odds of KO being in a Mario and Sonic game are like 0%. So they're just shooting for what they can get to, I think. But anyway, everybody, that's the video. I hope I educated you on the recent activity with KO and Crash Bandicoot. And let me know in the comments section what you believe is going on, and if you think KO will make it into the game. As always, I would love to thank you for viewing, subscribing, liking, and all that great stuff. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.